Hello and welcome to the West Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct it to a specific school or answer a question for all of our representatives to share the answer to about their institution. Your camera and your microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters tonight. We'll first be hearing from the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Hi everyone, I'm going to be sharing my screen here. Okay, there we go. So my name is Carolina Garcia and I'm an Assistant Director of Admission at the Savannah College of Art and Design, or SCAD. And SCAD was founded in 1978, and for more than 40 creative years, we've grown to become one of the most comprehensive and connected art and design universities in the world, with locations in Atlanta, Georgia, Lacoste, France, Savannah, Georgia, and online through our e-learning campus. We are very diverse. We have more than 15,000 students from all 50 states and more than 100 countries. In fact, 25% of the SCAD student population is international. We offer more programs of study and specializations than any other art and design university in the US, with over 100 degree programs, which is more than 40 majors and more than 75 minors. Career preparation is at the heart of SCAD's mission, as evidenced by the university's stellar alumni employment rate. 99% of our spring 2019 alumni were either employed, seeking further education, or both within 10 months of graduation, with 91% in a creative field. We also have something that's called SCAD Pro, which is basically an in-house internship where we bring real companies that have a problem or they want to develop a product, and our students are responsible for doing that. Through SCAD Pro, we've worked with Google, with IBM, with NASA, with Disney, a lot of different companies. You can start your journey at SCAD at any point from high school, and you can begin through our summer programs. We have a summer program that's called Summer Seminars, which those of you who are in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade can participate in. That is a week-long, basically like a summer camp, where you take 2 workshops and majors that you're interested in. You get to stay on campus, although this summer all of them will be virtual, but you get to experience life at SCAD. And we also have one that's called Rising Star, which is for rising seniors. So you can do it between your junior and senior year of high school. You take 2 college level classes, and you also get to stay on campus and you get to experience SCAD. Although, like I mentioned before, this will be offered through a virtual setting this summer. Now let's talk about the regular application process. So our application is very easy. The first thing that you need to do is go to scad.edu/apply. Fill out that form, which takes from 7 to 10 minutes to fill out, and it's just your basic information. Within a week or so of you submitting that form, you're going to be contacted by an assigned admission advisor who will be with you through the whole application process until you enroll at SCAD. So any specific questions that you or your parents may have, you're going to have a direct contact with the university. And you can apply as early as 2 years before the date that you want to attend to SCAD. To complete your application, we will just need your final junior transcript, which we give admission preference to a 3.0 GPA, and SATs or ACT scores. Right now we are test optional until winter 22, so if you haven't taken any of the tests, don't worry. But if you did, we give admission preference to a 1080 on the SAT and 21 on the ACT. Once you've completed your application, you will automatically be considered for the academic scholarship. And if you want to be considered for the achievement scholarship, you should submit a portfolio, which doesn't have to be major specific, and a resume. Then we also encourage you to visit. So the campus is open right now for in-person tours. You just have to go to scad.edu/visit to register for a tour, or you can also tour the campus virtually through our website. And like I said, try to stay in touch with us. If you've already started your application, make sure that you stay in touch with your admission advisor so they can help you through the process. Or before you start the application process, you can stay in touch with the admission representative for your area. And then if you are ready to apply, if you're currently a junior or a senior, you can start your application as early as today by going to scad.edu/apply. And you can use the promo code PROS2021, PROS 2021, to waive the application fee. So make sure that you use that. And then if you want to stay in touch with us, feel free to scan this QR code, fill out that form, and that way we know that you're interested in SCAD and we will be able to stay in touch with you. Thank you for listening to me, and we hope to stay in touch with you.
Arlena, thank you so much for sharing more about the Savannah College of Art and Design.
Thank you.
Our next presentation today will be from West Virginia Wesleyan College.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin Cottrell and I'm an admissions counselor at West Virginia Wesleyan College. West Virginia Wesleyan College is located in Buchanan, West Virginia. So it's your classic West Virginia small town. It has lots of great local restaurants that are really good, small businesses, but as well as like a Walmart and your chain fast food places as well. So a statistic I want to point out here on this slide is our 91% post-graduation rate. So that's after you graduate, that's your percentage when you're getting to go to the next step. So either that's post-graduation education like med school or law school or graduate school, or that's in a job. And you can see some of the employers of our recent alum on this slide. So like this slide said, the classroom is just the beginning. Our classes are an average size of 19. So we are a pretty small campus. And we have a very personal situation where we have a ratio of 13 students to 1. So most of our classes do not exceed the amount of 30 students. So our classes are broken up into thirds. 1/3 is your general arts / liberal arts classes. So this is like your English 101, English 102, your basic history classes for the liberal arts education. The next third is for your major. So whatever major you decide to go into, these classes fulfill this third, and it gets really specific into your major, and those classes tend to get smaller. The next third is for your electives. So we have a unique opportunity at West Virginia Wesleyan where a lot of our students decide to double major and minor in different fields to really diversify their education. So we do have a nationally ranked learning center at West Virginia Wesleyan. This is for students who need help with tutoring, and we do have a study and testing lab for students with learning disabilities. And we do have two different types of residence halls on campus. We have standard housing and premium housing. So standard housing involves like community restrooms and things like that, where premium has suite style rooms with private restrooms. And there are multiple different living options on campus. So you can live on campus. There are some off-campus houses, and you can have a roommate, and in some cases you can have a single room. We do have a lot of students who are involved with things outside of just being a student. So we do have an active community engagement piece to our institution, as well as many of our students being involved in athletics or student organizations and creative arts. We have over 70 student organizations on our campus, which vary from like Greek life to religious life to outdoor rec and things like that. So it's really easy to apply to WVWC. It only takes like 5 minutes. We do take the common application, and we have our own application through our website. We are test optional this year because of the pandemic, but we do still require a high school transcript. So the main thing is to fill out that main part of the application, which takes like 5 minutes, and then to send us your high school transcript. And our application is free. And we do have merit-based scholarships at West Virginia Wesleyan. So they're based on your high school GPA and that transcript you send us. So as you can see, our highest one is the Presidential Scholarship of $17,000. These scholarships are awarded annually each year for your 4 years. And there are other scholarship options like the West Virginia Promise Scholarship, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And we also have other awards and options at West Virginia Wesleyan. Our co-curricular scholarships are Athletic, Creative, and Performing Arts and the Wesleyan Service Scholarship Program. Those are based on speaking with coaches, auditioning, and applying. So basically what you want to do is apply. We do an enroll, you can apply still. It's not too late. I know it says by January 1st, but don't worry about that. We know it's crazy with COVID. And make sure you file your FAFSA because that's super important because we can send you an estimated financial aid package telling you how much you'll receive from us in aid and scholarships, and apply for any of those additional co-curricular scholarships as well. And of course, we'd love if you'd come visit us. We still are having campus tours right now, despite the pandemic, and we are being extra COVID safe and following all protocol that we need to follow. Those campus tours can be booked on our website, and we do have some openings in March. And of course, follow us on social media. We are very active on there, and that's the best way to get to know us and to know our campus, really. And you can contact us at these, or you can contact me personally, and I'll drop my information in the chat box. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Caitlin, for sharing with us about West Virginia Wesleyan College. Our next presentation tonight will be from Shenandoah University.
Oh, wait, here we go. Good evening, everybody. So my name is Malik Henry from Shenandoah University. We are a small comprehensive university in Winchester, Virginia. So depending where you're at in West Virginia, probably not too far. We're about 25 minutes from the West Virginia border. I attended SU. Part of the reason why I went to Shenandoah was because of the small campus. The longest walk is maybe 10 minutes. You don't have to, travel very far to get to class. Everything is in walking distance. We have all of our main necessities on the main campus: academic buildings, residence halls, dining hall. Our dining hall is an all-you-can-eat buffet, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So that fabled freshman 15 might happen, it might not, but don't worry, we have plenty of activities for students on campus. We do bingo nights, trivia nights, fitness classes. We have a fitness center. We also offer Division III athletics here at Shenandoah. We have 22 different athletic programs. Wrestling being our newest, starting this spring, technically winter, whatever this is right now. But we have most of the essential basics: football, baseball, basketball, and all of our athletics are free for students here at Shenandoah. We are a conservatory university, so we have music, theater, and dance programs. If you are interested in dance, we do the trifecta of ballet, tap, and jazz. If you're looking for just a singular program, then you might want to consider something else, but we do all three at Shenandoah University. We have music education, music performance, ranging from multiple instruments and things like that. So there's a lot for you to really be a part of. Yeah, that's fine. We can go to the conservatory to be a part of here at Shenandoah. We put on over 400 performances a year. And all of these are also free for students because there's going to be more than 2 a day. There's plenty of things to do for you. I enjoyed going to the performances, so definitely take advantage of it. We are in all Steinway University, where all of our pianos are, from the Steinway brand. And we have over 30 different ensembles each year. We do not require students to be in the conservatory or take conservatory courses. So you don't have to worry about that if you're not a performer. I wouldn't have done well if I had to. So there's a lot of great opportunities. We have business, our School of Nursing. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, which is the largest as far as number of students and academic programs: biology, exercise science, chemistry. We have our Division of Applied Technology also has our virtual reality design, cybersecurity. We also have information technology here at Shenandoah. one of the first universities to have all of those under one roof. And we also have esports in our School of Business. So if you are interested in competitive video games, we definitely have that for you at Shenandoah. We have an esports team that you can also play the games, but the major focus is more on the events and operations of the esports things that go on, around surrounding the events and things like that. So our current freshman class is about 518 students. Might seem like a lot, but it's really not, because we spread these students across all the different academic areas. Our average class size is about 22 students. Because of the pandemic, we have kind of shrunk our classes. So right now classrooms are about 15. Hopefully this upcoming fall, for any of you seniors, we kind of go back to normal and can have our normal class sizes, but you'll still get that one-on-one attention with professors. If you're interested in kind of some health professions, exercise science, physical therapy, athletic training, pharmacy, occupational therapy, we have some early assurance programs that will kind of speed up your graduation track of both your undergraduate and your graduate degrees. So if you're interested in something like that, we definitely have that for you. All students at Shenandoah University will receive a MacBook Pro, an iPad, and an Apple Pencil as part of our I Am Learning program. This equipment is yours to keep. So weekends, holidays, vacations, it's yours. Take it home, watch Netflix, shop online, just make sure you do your homework. It's going to be great for you to study. And then once you graduate from Shenandoah, it's with you for life. For our School of Nursing students, over the last 4 years, I want to say, I believe that's what the statistic says, we've had a 100% pass rate on our NCLEX. So we definitely prepare our students to be successful and get a job coming right out of college. Often students do go back into getting their education, or going straight into the workforce or doing some form of volunteering. I believe over 92% of our students are doing that, and 98% of our students are satisfied with the jobs that they're in currently. So there's a lot of great preparation for students to be in the workforce, but also, just enjoying what they do. I enjoy what I do working in admissions. We offer 4 years of residential housing on campus, but we do require freshmen and sophomores to live on campus within 35 miles of campus, or outside of 35 miles of campus. So if you live inside that radius, you can stay at home if you would like. I personally recommend living on campus all 4 years, just easier to stay engaged, involved when things kind of happen. And so that's just one of the great things about it. And you can apply at our su.edu. We simple general information, and you don't have to worry about SATs or ACTs, just your official high school transcript in your SU application. And I will stop sharing my screen now because my time is up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Malik, for sharing with us about Shenandoah University. Just a quick reminder to our attendees, don't forget about the Q&A button. We have 2 more schools to go tonight, but this is a great time if there is something you wanted to follow up on with one of the schools that's presented, or to ask a question for one of the schools that's coming up. Please feel free to put it in the Q&A for our representatives to see and answer. All right, our next presentation is going to be from Marshall University.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that you can see a quick presentation that we have for you. We're going to talk a little bit about majors, and then we're also going to walk through the application process and what you guys can expect once you're a student at Marshall. So first and foremost, it's nice to meet you guys. My name is Alyssa Hager. I am a recruitment coordinator here at Marshall, and I'm also your personal contact for all things Marshall related. So I'll go ahead and start. So if you are not familiar with Marshall University, we are located in Huntington, West Virginia, and we are the 2nd largest city located in West Virginia as well. So we do have a mid-sized campus. We have around 13,000 students. So we get kind of the best of both worlds. So you get all the perks of a smaller campus and also all of the perks of a larger campus as well. We definitely have a family-like atmosphere at Marshall. I graduated from Marshall in 2017 with my bachelor's in public communication, and I felt like everyone around me was always very kind, very hospitable. So if you ever come to visit campus, you're definitely going to experience that as well. Marshall is also one of the most affordable colleges, not just in West Virginia, but also in the country. We want to make sure that you guys are getting quality education that's also affordable, which is very, very, very important. We also have Division I athletics at Marshall University as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but that is something that I like to mention for students who are interested in that. And then we also have over 150 different majors. And even though we do have a lot of majors to choose from, we do have a 19-to-1 staff student ratio. So most of your classes will have fewer than 20 students in them. I know my senior year at Marshall, I only had around 6 people. That's how specialized my program became. So if you're looking for something that's right there in the middle, you've definitely come to the right place. So we have 7 academic colleges, and I'll briefly discuss those. Our College of Arts and Media includes things like graphic design, photography. We also have mass communication and journalism. And then our School of Business includes things like business management. And then we also have majors like entrepreneurship, marketing, and accounting. And in 2020, Marshall's Business School was rated the best in the country. So we are very, very proud of that. Our College of Education and Professional Development is for people who are interested in becoming teachers in the future. So Marshall has been a teaching college since it was founded in 1837. So we've been doing that for quite a long time, everything from early childhood to secondary education. Our College of Engineering and Computer Sciences includes everything from civil, biomechanical, electrical, and we also have an aviation engineering program that launched this past year. And then we have computer science programs, and we also have majors like cybersecurity as well. Our College of Health Professions is our largest college at Marshall, and that includes things like nursing. We have dietetics, occupational therapy, athletic training. We also have social work, communication disorders, sonography, so a lot of things to choose from. And then finally, our College of Liberal Arts, which is where I graduated from, so I might be a little biased, but this includes things like communication studies, psychology, creative writing, political science, and all of our modern languages as well. And then our College of Science includes all of those pre's. So we have pre-med, pre-veterinarian, we also have pre-pharmacy and pre-dentistry, and we have a med school and a pharmacy school at Marshall as well. And then we also have majors in forensic science, criminal justice, conservation and wildlife, biology, and chemistry. So how to apply? If you're interested in applying, you can do that for free on our online application, or if you have a paper application through one of your high schools. We'll just need a copy of your high school transcript. And if you plan on submitting your ACT or SAT scores, we are test optional this year. And then you do not need to submit a $40 application fee. We're waiving that for all students who apply. So these are our general admission requirements. As I mentioned, we are test optional, but we will accept a 3.0 with a 16 ACT or 880 SAT, or a 2.0 with a 19 ACT or a 990 SAT. Your next step is to go ahead and fill out your FAFSA, submit your enrollment deposit, apply for housing, register for orientation, and then join our week of welcome. Merit-based scholarships are given to you based off of your GPA and test scores. So whichever category you fall under, you'll be awarded that amount for up to 4 years. And this can be tacked on to things like the Promise Scholarship or any other scholarships you receive at Marshall. Some things that you get as a student, we have career services. They'll help you find a job on campus and off campus. They'll also help you build your resume. We have free tutoring to all Marshall students, free 24-hour counseling for all students. Our Writing Center is available for students who'd like to submit a paper before it's due to get feedback. And then every student is also given an advisor. Fun stuff for you guys to do. Campus Activities Board is where you can find all things to do at Marshall. Marshall Artist Series, we invite productions from all over the country to perform for you guys as students. We've had Ed Sheeran, LMA, Casey Musgraves. Our Rec Center has an indoor pool. We also have 4 basketball courts, a rock climbing wall, and racquetball courts. It's all included in your tuition. Division I athletics, as a student, you get free access to all of the games on campus. We also have Greek life, and we have over 200 clubs and organizations. So definitely feel free to reach out. We do in-person tours for a day. So if you're interested in joining and coming and taking a tour, definitely feel free to reach out. Also connect with us on social media. But thank you guys so much. I will put my information down below in the chat if you guys ever need to reach out. Thank you guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for sharing with us about Marshall University. Right now, we're going to be hearing from our fifth school of the night, BridgeValley Community and Technical College. So students, you still have a chance to drop a question in that Q&A. And now I'd like to turn it over to BridgeValley.
Hello, I'm Tom Connor, the Director of Admissions. And give me a second. Let me see if I can share this screen here to do a quick PowerPoint. Okay. Okay, we're known as Pathfinder. Is my screen being shared, right?
Tom, no, your screen isn't being shared right now. We can't see that right now. Oh, I think it's coming.
Right there?
Looks good. Yeah, looks good. Ready to go.
All right. Okay, we're called the Pathfinders. Okay, BridgeValley, we have two campuses, one in Montgomery, West Virginia, and the other one in South Charleston, West Virginia, right outside the state capital of Charleston. We're accredited by the North Central Association of Higher Learning Commission. We have program-specific accreditations in business, healthcare, engineering. We have over 80 degrees and certificate programs in high demand and careers. The degrees are offered in a variety of areas such as business and legal studies, general and transfer education, healthcare and human services, technology and engineering. Cost of attendance at BridgeValley is roughly around $188 per credit hour, the average of $4,502 per year for tuition. Some programs have special fees like lab fees and equipment and material fees. Okay, programs at BridgeValley. Business and legal studies. I'm not going to read all the programs offered here. I will put the contact information and the programs and study lists in the chat at the end of this program. We also have general education, health studies. Our main health studies, the ones with the asterisk, require their selective permission programs. And that is saying once you apply for BridgeValley, you have to actually apply for those programs. They select who will be in part of those programs, such as nursing, respiratory therapy, and dental hygiene. Okay, the selective admissions programs, what I just reviewed with you guys, like I said, our main draw at BridgeValley is our dental hygiene, diagnostic medical sonography, cardiac sonography, the nursing RN program, and our respiratory therapies. Okay, technology and engineering, we're known for our engineering degrees. I won't read all of those for you. Okay, student services. Okay, we have a freshman advising center for all new students to get you orientated to both campuses. We also do the orientation online. We have career aptitude and preparation services, internships, learn and earn programs, on-site clinical training. We have accessibility service to offer an array of services for any student with a variety of needs. The Student Success Center offers free placement testing, free tutoring services, paid testing, and walk-in assistance for some subjected areas. Documents required for full admission. BridgeValley is an open door school, so once you apply, you're provisionally admitted. And that you're provisionally admitted upon us receiving your high school transcript with graduation date on it, GED or TAS scores, and transcripts from all prior colleges. Also, we do not require an application fee. FAFSA, free application for federal student aid. That's the link for your FAFSA to file a FAFSA. For the fall 2021 term, please fill out the 21-22 8-year application. Required for the West Virginia, the West Virginia Invest Grant is required, and it is a separate application. The school number while filing the FAFSA is 040386. BridgeValley FAFSA school code. Scholarship applications are right there on our website. Now the deadlines to file a FAFSA for fall awards is June 30th and spring awards is November 30. But for in-state Pell grants and higher ed grants, those deadlines are in April. Okay, we offer classes 3 types of way here at BridgeValley. Online, classes will be fully online via Zoom. We have mixed. You'll have lectures will be delivered in a virtual format and the labs may not be held on campus. Some of our labs, most will be held on campus. Say, for example, nursing. If you're in your 2nd semester of nursing, they take half the class to meet up in the labs Monday and Wednesday at a certain time, and the other half on Tuesdays and Thursday, which will, due to the COVID pandemic. And then you also have your remote classes. All classes will be held virtually using remote software, Teams, Zoom, Button, etc., but at the regular scheduled times listed on their schedule. Okay, reminders. For admission, just visit bridgevalley.edu and there's a big green apply now button. Just hit apply now. Keep an eye out for our new virtual tour on our website. Request transcripts from high schools, TAS or GED or prior colleges. And for virtual tour, visit wvcollegeroad.com. To file your financial aid, apply online at fafsa.ed.gov. And stay in touch with your financial aid staff. There's some contact information, admissions and financial aid. Sorry. And that will be it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tom, for presenting and sharing with us about BridgeValley Community and Technical College tonight. We still have a little bit of time before we wrap up our time together. So attendees, don't forget to take a look at the chat where our representatives have been including their direct contact information and website links to help you follow up and make sure you've got that before we end tonight. And also it is still an opportunity to put something into the Q&A and ask any questions. Since we do have a little bit more time together, I'd like to invite all of our presenters to turn their cameras back on. We'll come back as a group and we're going to do a round robin question, answer, share. We're going to go in the same order that you presented. So we'll start with SCAD and move our way through in that same order each time. So the question that we're going to start with today, our first question is going to be to share an interesting, fun fact, maybe something unique about your school that doesn't always make a presentation, but is something really interesting to share with all of our attendees. And we'll start with Carolina from SCAD.
Well, I guess I'll share something recent. So we have a lot of great alumni that have been out there and you've probably seen their work. So the Madam Vice President was wearing Christopher John Rogers during the inauguration and he graduated from SCAD. So that's kind of a recent fun fact.
Mine is kind of alum related too, but today actually there was a launch for Mars for NASA and one of our alum actually was a mechanic on one of the rovers on that. So.
Well, I guess I'll just keep the alumni train rolling. Kate Flannery, the actress in The Office, she actually attended Shenandoah. So that was a little fun fact that most people don't know.
So a fun fact about Marshall is that our squirrels are so popular that they have their own Twitter account. So if you ever come on campus, you'll notice that the squirrels are very friendly, and that's because we feed them a lot of Chick-fil-A. So they really, really, really like all of the people that are on campus. And if you throw away anything in the trash can, there's a chance that they probably might snag it from you. So they'll say to avoid feeding the squirrels, but we do it anyway. So
Well, I don't really have a fun fact that comes to mind, but here at BridgeValley, we do a lot of community engagement on both campuses. West Virginia Tech used to be a big technical engineering school. And then when it closed down, we kept the 2-year part and merged it with the 2-year part of West Virginia State University. And like I said, we're right here in the capital, so we get most of the heat and a lot of eyes are on us and our students.
Every time anyone shares an interesting fact, whether it be about a program or alums or whatever, I always want to go and research it. So I hope it inspires some of our attendees and those watching later to go, Google some of this and take a closer look. All right, for our next question, I would love everyone, we have these amazing admissions representatives here who have a wealth of experience and knowledge to share. So I would love each of you to share a piece of advice for someone going through the college search process and what you would encourage them to do as they explore their options to find their next academic home.
I would say first, think about what you want to study and then do a quick research to see what universities offer that. Then I would encourage you to visit the campus and ask a lot of questions. If you can't visit the campus, then try to get in touch with someone. But if you can, you can see things firsthand. Always ask where the alumni are going after they graduate. Ask about employment, because after you graduate, you want to work, right? So if they don't say companies that you want to work for, then maybe that's not a good sign. Or if they can't say any companies at all, then maybe skip and look at the other. But do a lot of research and see what university will be the best fit for you. I think a lot of universities will offer a lot of different things, and there's always one that will be the best fit for you. So do your research.
I think my piece of advice would be to tour as well. It's really important that you, if you have the opportunity to see the places that you're interested in, as well as kind of just decide what kind of student you want to be. So what do you want to get involved with? Do you care about studying abroad? Do you care about volunteering in the local community? And just see what these schools that you're interested in have to offer as far as that goes.
Yeah, big thing, if you do get to tour campuses, ask about the food, try the food first. It is very important. But then also, I agree with Caitlin, is deciding what kind of student you want to be. I was a very active student on campus, and I think that allowed me to have a better academic experience because I was very social. And if you're not social, that's totally okay. But you want to pick an environment that's going to fit you academically and socially. So definitely take that into consideration.
Yeah, so I think kind of going along with what Caitlin and Carolina said as well about visiting is very important, but also I think it's really great to think about what Malik was saying about what type of student that you would like to be too, and imagine yourself really being there for 4 or 5 years and what you can imagine yourself being in. And I think the best thing to do is to figure out first what you want to major in, and then from there, try to make as many connections with the people in that department or with your admissions counselor as much as possible, because they're really here. I mean, we're all here to help you guys. So we'll answer any questions, especially because we can't travel anymore. So we're eager to answer questions. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out. We are always happy to assist you guys in the process and whatever you need. So when you're making a decision, if you have any questions or apprehensions, it's our job to help alleviate those. So definitely use us to your advantage.
I would say as a young person coming out of high school, keep an open mind. Try not to show too much resistance from people advising you. Okay. Also go to the colleges. We've been there. We've experienced certain things. Keep an open mind. Like a 2-year school, unlike the 4-year schools, you're either on the job pathway or you're into a higher education pathway. So you really got to think about what you want in life. And once you figure that out, speak to the advisors, speak to people in my office so we can get you on that right path. If you want to get a 2-year certificate and then get right into the workforce, there's certain pathways to go that way. If you just want to get your associate's degree and then transfer that over, say, to Marshall or any other of the 4-year institutions, there's a pathway for that way. You don't want to waste your credits, your money, and your time. So just ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help.
Yes, that is all excellent advice. I can say that as a former campus admission counselor and currently on campus working with students. This is the advice to take, and I hope everyone will keep it in mind, because these representatives also, just to echo that idea, I always like to remind students to reach out, ask questions. Like somebody who's represents that, this is what they're here to do. It's what they're really passionate about, is sharing that information and making sure you get a feel for the academics and out of class experiences and what those opportunities are for you going forward. And so building that relationship, I think there really is no question that's too small to ask. Trust me, they want to answer them all for you. All right, so we have one last couple minutes. So I would love you guys to share just one last question, to share some type of event, program, tradition, or like office, something about your campus that is something that's really special, unique, or really valuable and valued by your students to utilize, during their time on campus. So just to be able to highlight another aspect of campus for each of our reps, and then we'll wrap it up tonight.
So SCAD has a lot of different signature events throughout the year that will help the students kind of network with different people from different industries. I think my favorite one will be the Savannah Film Festival, which is awesome. It's a whole week long full of different screenings, and we do premieres, and we have workshops and master classes. And we have a lot of different people from the industry, like actors, writers, producers, who come to participate in that, and they do the master classes. So it's just a great opportunity for the students to be immersed in that industry, and we bring it all to the campus. So that's my favorite event that we have.
My favorite event would have to be our Founders Day, which we hold in our chapel, which is kind of a staple for our campus. And each time our choir sings Our Home Among the Hills. And I think that song is really special and representative of what Wesleyan is and how we're such a tight-knit community, because when you're out on campus and you see lots of people that it makes you feel like you really are at home. So that song just kind of represents that and brings everyone together.
For us at Shenandoah, I would say it would be our Apple Blossom Festival. Apple Blossom is typically like 10 days, 2 weeks, but as a university / students, we really experience it the last 3 to 4 days. There's a parade, there's a carnival all week long. But the last Thursday of Apple Blossom, or the last Friday of Apple Blossom classes are canceled. So we get out of class and students love that. So, and then it's 2 weeks before finals. So you have a good not party, but just like a good time beforehand, before finals, and it's all sad.
So a big tradition at Marshall is actually our ceremony in honor of those who passed away in the plane crash back in 1970. So even though it does sound like a very grim tradition, it's actually something that's very powerful, especially for all of the people that live in Huntington and also Marshall students. So every year at the time of the crash, we turn off our memorial fountain, and we have the governor of West Virginia who will come and speak, the president of the university will speak, and also community members and victims' families will speak. And then also in the springtime, right before our first scrimmage game, we turn the fountain back on and have another memorial service. And it's a really great way to be a son or daughter of Marshall. I think it's always going to be rooted in who we are and a big part of our culture at Marshall. So I think if a student can experience that at least once, you'll understand why Marshall is such a tight-knit family and such a strong community too.
Sorry about that. Well, one thing that I really love about our event that we have is our family fun night. And like I said, we engage with the community so much. And a lot of our students are non-traditional students. They're parents, and it's right around the Halloween season. So we have trunk or treat in our parking lot on both campuses. We have a haunted hallway. We have all these games in on our front lobby. They bring kids up. We've had sponsors from Little Caesars that offer beer. I mean, everyone just has a great time, and it's like I said, the community, the mayor of South Charleston is there. He supplies the hay for the hay ride, and it has fire trucks up there, and the municipalities also be giving out candy and everything because of the regular Halloween threats, I guess, that are out there. It's a good event at our campus.
I love it. Thank you all for sharing and giving everyone a little bit more of a taste of what the community is like for each of your campuses. We have reached the end of our time together tonight. First of all, I'd like to thank all of our representatives for joining us tonight. You shared not only facts and figures about your school, but also just the passion you have for the opportunities for all of your students. Thank you, attendees, and those watching later for joining us tonight. I hope that you're inspired to contact each of these schools and to learn more about the programs as you look for your academic future. When you close your window tonight, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so we hope that you'll sign up for our last set of sessions tonight as a part of the program. And in about a week's time, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other session recordings available for you to watch, and it will be at the same location where you registered. Thanks again, everyone, for attending, and good luck and good night.